This thing has books.
And that's how we start the next episode. Welcome everybody back to Bendy and the Ink Machine.
I did not know this thing had books.
Honestly,
Okay.
I didn't either.
So was it near the end of the last part? You were on the Google search page, and this universe has
Yeah.
books.
No, I mean like there's books you can buy for this thing.
What?
Yeah.
Okay,
There's
so
Dreams Come to Life, Bendy Book 1, and Bendy the Illusion of Living, Joey's Dreams to Use Employee Handbook, Crack Up Comics Collection. I didn't know this thing had books.
Honestly, I didn't either. I didn't know
buy
that.
it on Amazon.
I knew about a lot of its merchandise, like T-shirts and posters. I didn't know it had books.
Yeah, but I could currently see 4 books that seem official.
Interesting. Well, anyway, now that we're done talking about the useless shit, no.
Wow.
that's kind of interesting that they. Have, like,
Honestly, yeah, that
books.
is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So anyway, because we just kind of actually did a lot of stuff in the background that we didn't talk about. So we had to like find keys to a closet where Sammy Lawrence left like a message of like I guess like a password kind of thing for how to get into his studio, and you have to kind of combine that with a different audio log we got before, where like he would turn on the projector and then like go down and like play stuff or whatever, and then he'd just be gone for a bit. So now we can kind of go in here.
Huh.
It's his porn
Okay.
stash.
It's a little confusing probably. You have to like go up, turn on the projector that plays like a cartoon, and then you have to play the instruments in the order that it was said in the audio log we saw earlier in this part.
Oh, so that's why the instruments were highlighted. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
hello
When
there again.
basically, when everything is highlighted like yellow, it means you can interact with it. So like for the instruments, we can play those, for instance.
Man, these
Gotcha.
Scooch monsters are really...
And I got some more basic monsters and stuff like
Yeah.
that. A lot of stuff.
they respawn?
Basic monsters. most
Oh,
of the time
look,
will
he just saw you.
Yeah, that was the figure that we saw earlier, the previous part that was walking down the hall.
Cool. And is it just me or my computer monitor, or like whenever those blob things come up, my computer screen darkness just seems to go darker.
Really?
I don't know. I don't know what's up with
Oh,
that.
unless when you're talking, because I think I know what you're talking about. That's like the probably the damage effect. If you take damage, your
Oh,
screen-
yeah.
What's going on? Yeah, when you take damage, your screen gets filled with ink. That's probably what was going on.
Okay. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. That's actually good to know. Yeah. Huh. Wow. So like the more hit damage you take, the more blacker your vision will be.
Yeah, the darker your vision will be, and eventually it will just kind of go full black, and you'll just kind of die and have to respawn.
Where's the game? Oh, I must be dead.
I guess I'm dead.
I guess I died. Let me go play a different game then.
Yeah, time to start over.
Down here, we're all sinners.
Yeah, there's a lot of messages you'll see on the wall, which some of them are just kind of random stuff. Some of them could actually
The
kind
sheep
of,
will come to the slaughter.
yeah, so some of them kind of hints to certain characters you might encounter later on in the game. So
Okay, interesting.
Seeing that you stopped on that one, is that one of them?
I mostly just kind of stop at any kind of message I see on the wall because a lot of them are pretty interesting and important.
Gotcha. Alrighty then.
The voice of Jack Payne.
Now that you said the name out loud, Jack Fade, I just realized I've been like reading that in my head wrong the entire time.
How have you been reading it?
I've been reading it as like Jack Flynn or something like that.
Flynn?
Yeah.
Flynn? Flynn? Where do you see the L?
I don't
Where
know.
do you see the Y?
Yeah, wait, what are those?
Jack Flynn.
I'm like,
my
Jack
God.
Payne, and you're like, oh.
Oh, I
Oh.
need glasses.
I need glasses. for my glasses.
I think you need better glasses.
Honestly, maybe I do. Maybe I might need to get my eyes checked again.
Probably. Yeah, we all said we were going to get 20/20 vision last year, and then no one had. Nothing happened. Oh, good job.
You just
Yeah,
killed
that's what you're supposed to.
kill
It's
the
not
creature.
immediately made obvious, but you're supposed to lure that guy underneath like the like that platform, so you can just kind of crush him and get the valve that you need to go back and like activate a thing that we saw earlier.
Oh, you couldn't do that manually with your axe?
No, because
No, every time you try to get close to him, he just runs away.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what was going on. Yeah.
If you're not paying attention.
I was kind of, my eyes were closed and laughing about Jack Flynn.
Fair enough. I don't fault for that one.
No, how he could have messed that up so hard.
Hey, shut up, alright?
How the hell do you get Jack Flynn from Fane?
I can see Josh typing on the keyboard now. JACK space FAIN Flynn.
I'm probably messing up the name myself, but at least I'm not messing up like by sticking it's Flynn.
Well, Carlos, you messed up your own name.
I don't know why. I just remember the one scene from fucking Inside Out when like fucking what's his name was saying like, oh, it's a shortcut, and there was a sign that said danger. It's like DANGR shortcut.
I sort of remember that. You're talking about the elephant guy, right?
Yeah.
I go in here all the time. It's a shortcut, you see? DANGER, shortcut.
I do remember that. Oh man. Alrighty. What exactly are we doing now?
So what we just did, we actually flipped a switch that lowered like the ink levels to a door we couldn't go through. Oh jeez.
Uh-oh. And you died.
Oh, it's like you do the "you died" text again.
I'm getting.
So wait, that's a chapter transition? What? Wait a minute. This isn't the same game.
So what we were gonna do, we were gonna go through the door to, I guess, kind of keep going down, but I guess now we've been kind of kidnapped by Sammy Lawrence here, and he stole our weapon, so...
Oh yeah, he has it in his hand.
Kind of tied us up, and now he's kind of giving us his whole monologue or whatever about what he's gonna do.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so this guy is Sammy Lawrence.
A religious zealot.
He was given like a I guess he's saying he's like trapped inside like an ink body or something like that, and he's like he like worships Bendy, I guess, and so what his idea, he's gonna give us as a sacrifice to Bendy to like free him from his ink prison, as he calls it, essentially.
Yeah, right there, prison.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of what he's trying to do right now. So.
All right.
He kind of talks for a little while. We can't really do anything other than just look around and hear him talk.
Gotcha.
He is nothing. He sounds like a religious zealot. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. Well, like I guess the perversion of religion is taken to its most extreme, right? Where you actually have to make sacrifices in order to like succumb to your sins. But I think the problem with people like that just don't realize that humans are naturally born out of sin. The question is whether humans indulge in the emphasis of sin by force, because like there's a natural and artificial element to everything, and so when it comes to sin, like we're not worthy in the Catholic sense. We're not worthy to like receive the Eucharist because we're people of sin, because we're naturally like that, but we still take it anyway. But the difference is like the embrace of it, the artificial element of it. That's when you're not actually worthy of actually receiving the Eucharist, and that's therefore it should be taken away from it. Sorry for that religious tangent, everybody.
Don't worry about it. Honestly, like there are some friends that could kind of question that kind of side of stuff in this game. Honestly, with like the demon circles and whatever. Like,
gotcha. Yep. I figured a conversation like that was going to appear somewhere, somewhere, given the whole demon circle thing, to the whole demon circle element to the game,
and the fact that Bendy is kind of nicknamed as the Ink Demon.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
There he is. Run away! Run away!
Yes, now we basically just have to run away from Bendy, and it's a little difficult to notice, but like I mean, you can already see right now. There's actually like an effect, like around the walls and the floor when Bendy is kind of in the area of you, and Bendy is actually a little bit faster than you. So if you're not good at this game, he will kill you.
Okay.
He was probably like directly behind me, honestly, when I went through that door.
Is that why the screen was going black, because you were taking damage?
I wasn't taking damage. He was just getting closer to me.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Yeah, like he has like that ink kind of like aura or like around his environment whenever he's just kind of there, and he was like slowly kind of ganging up on me.
Coolio. Alrighty. But yeah, what I was going to ask before I went on that religious tangent was oh, hello there. It's Goofy.
And he's interrupted. He's interrupted once more.
I was wondering how often do we see that character?
Bendy?
No, the
I think he was
one.
talking about Sam.
Yeah, Sam.
Oh, well, seeing as how Sammy basically just, from what it seems like in his dialogue, at least it seems like he kind of got killed by Bendy.
Oh, okay.
He was giving us as a sacrifice, and he's like, "Free me, I beg you!" And then from what it sounds like, he's getting attacked by something,
and
probably Bendy or something like that. So it sounds like he's kind of dead. So
I guess Bendy did free him.
It's a bit of a different way now.
And then who was the Goofy
3.
character that we just saw? Oh, hello there again.
Yeah, so this is Boris the Wolf. He's gonna, well, as you kind of see, he's not attacking us. He's been more of a friend, actually. And kind of going off of what we saw earlier in chapter 1, it's made to kind of make you think like this is either the same one we saw in the first chapter or maybe some kind of clone. We're not really sure at this kind of point in time.
Oh,
at least kind of this far into the game, like we don't really know what's going on.
So the dead body we saw in that thing from the first chapter was that guy?
Yeah, that was Boris, or probably.
God, you did not pay the detail, do you?
Well, I don't know how to respond to this.
I mean, it's okay. I mean, I guess there are certain parts we are kind of skimming over a little fast.
Yeah, they are. But
it's the beauty of a post commentary, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
But right now, he just kind of wants us to go around and make him some soup, I guess, because he has something that we don't have right now.
Now boil my beans.
So now we have the lever so we can exit the safe house. I'm pretty sure it's what it's called. Also, I'll just let you know right now, because we're in chapter 3. I don't know if you saw the transition. This is where we're basically going to be commentating over the next 4 episodes.
What?
This is a really long chapter, so.
Okay. Alrighty. Yeah. So, holy crap.
Yeah.
So you're.
I figured I'd just kind of get that out of the way for right now. Okay, so we're gonna be here a while.
So you're telling me that this chapter, okay, so what you're telling me is chapter 1 took about 5 to 10 minutes, right? Chapter 2 took about 10 to 15 minutes, right? And you're telling me chapter 3 takes over an hour?
Pretty much, yeah. It takes around an hour long. And there's one main reason as to why, but I'll get to that when we get to it.
Okay. Wow, though. Okay, so that's
it's really, trust me, nobody liked it.
Okay, that is a radical shift.
No one likes the fact that chapter 3 is an hour long.
Is this the longest chapter?
Most likely.
Probably, yeah.
And there are 5 chapters, you said?
There's 5 chapters, yeah. I mean, chapter 4 and 5 are also more lengthy, but chapter 3 is probably the longest one.
Holy crap! Yeah, that is like a pacing spike that went from down from the bottom of the graph to all the way up.
Basically, yeah. Like I said, trust me, nobody likes the fact that it's an hour long. Everyone hated it. In fact, actually, there was an update at one point in the game where he actually had to make a change to it, so it was a little bit shorter.
So, wait, this is updated and it's still long, and you're telling me this is shorter?
Yeah, this is shorter than what it used to be, and it's still an hour long.
Oh. Boy.
Yeah, it's fun times.
Oh, great. Okay, so I guess we can say this is the low part of the game.
Yeah, I guess you can kind of say that.
Gotcha. Yeah. Alrighty. Yeah, I already do not like Not even touched it. I've only seen this much footage of Bendy in my entire life. Ew. Oh my god.
I mean, it's a good game, but you know, aside from it's like halfway game, yeah, it's
Right, like I'm not dissing on the fact that it has an interesting universe and the exploration and puzzle solving isn't that bad.
Yeah.
No, it's just in terms of the pacing. Like a pacing spike that radical in the middle of the game. No.
yeah, a pacing spike at this point in the game. Yeah, that's definitely a bit of a problem.
Holy crap.
Yeah, like I said, I figured I'd just kind of get that out of the way because it.
Well, thank you for letting us know that, Josh.
Yeah,
It would be
it's
fun.
gonna be a while.
It would be funny, like 4 parts later. It's like, you remember like 5 parts ago? That was the beginning of chapter 3. Yeah. Well, this is chapter 4. Oh, I thought we were in like chapter 8 already. What the hell?
Yeah, this is still the same chapter.
Dear God. Okay, so
That really kind of fucked you up, didn't it?
it did. My brain hurts now.
My brain hurts now.
Okay. So what exactly are you doing right now?
Yeah. So anyway, what we're doing, we're kind of fixing these these gears because we're actually blocked off right now by like a shelf that has a bunch of merchandise, and so we have to try to move it out of the way. So this is something that I would have mentioned had it not taken us so long to get over the fact that this is going to be 4 episodes practically.
Yeah.
Is
God
that the person in that voice? I think it was like Sean or something. Was who it was? Yeah, the voice actor for that character is actually Jacksepticeye, which I think is actually really cool.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
they got Jacksepticeye to do a voice line for that. Like that, I'm pretty sure that's the one like specific time when he actually had to voice or something. But yeah, they got Jacksepticeye in this.
Really? Wow, that's actually cool. Now I don't hate chapter 3.
This is the best chapter in the whole game.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Which is one of the few redeeming qualities of his chapter.
I am not an avid watcher of Jacksepticeye. I just know of his personality and the fact that he's a YouTuber like us. Subscribe to our channel. But
Did you know that only 20%?
oh, wait, whoa, what? No, what was the joke? Wait, hold on.
Have you not seen shit where like every YouTuber's like, you know that X% of people actually watch my videos, so you should subscribe and blah 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 stuff like that?
Yeah, like X% people who watch my videos to subscribe or some shit like that.
I didn't know you could actually check the analytics on something like that.
Yeah, it's actually possible to check that. I don't know how to do it personally, but I know it's possible.
Huh. Well, did you know? So did you know? Out of our viewers, only 0% of our viewers actually.
Did you know that everyone who's subscribed, nobody watches our videos?
Subscribe now.
You know what I love is the fact that all like this jump scare shit is happening. We're just like calmly talking
Yeah,
over
we're like
it.
in the middle of talking when these supposedly like scary jump scares are happening.
Maybe.
We're just like, we're just like,
Maybe the jump scares aren't scary.
no, not most of the time. No.
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. All right, the game doesn't really become much of a horror game beyond chapter 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, it really doesn't really. I mean, there are some, I guess you can kind of say, creepy moments, and there are some parts where you'll like get hints of like Bendy, but it's not really gonna jump scare you that often. Kind of after this point.
Oh, I see. So it doesn't.
Which
it
kind of
doesn't.
sucks, honestly.
So it doesn't like try to scare you, basically.
It kind of, from what it mostly kind of seemed like, once you kind of get to a certain point of the game, it mostly just kind of focuses on story. Kind of, it doesn't really.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, which is a little unfortunate since this is supposed to be a horror game.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's like a common trope amongst a lot of horror games. Actually, I've only played like a select few in my life. And, you know, that actually does sound kind of formulaic to the whole thing. Like, the beginning introduces you to the whole, I guess, horror elements just to kind of creep you out. But an alternate timeline. Okay.
Yeah, so we went down the demon path, and something that you would have noticed if we went backwards is that once you choose one path, you can't choose the other. So this is just me showing what happens depending on what direction you go in.
Oh, so is there
Susie Campbell.
So what's the big difference between the angel path and the demon path?
Well, the main kind of really noticeable difference, at least immediately, is that you actually kind of get different voice recordings from two different people depending on what way you go. So we had this is one for Susie Campbell, and the one we had actually one from Joe himself.
Campbell.
Yeah, Campbell.
Is that weird to you, Carlos?
The way he said it was weird.
How did you say it? How did you say it?
How am I supposed to fucking know how you pronounce these?
I don't know. I would assume like the soup brand Campbell's. I don't know.
Cannibal.
Cannibals. Would you stop playing around with the cardboard cutout, Boris?
Boris.
Yeah, so because we've had the times before where like a cardboard cutout will appear from the corner. This is supposed to make it seem like Boris is just kind of having fun with you instead of being like a scare.
God damn it, Boris!
You son of a
You son of a bitch!
Okay then. So I guess what I was like in like the horror game stuff, because like Formula by the later half of the game is just like it's kind of done with presenting the horror elements to you. It just wants to progress with the story and the action, I guess. So yeah, I don't know. My experience with that is very limited. I haven't played much horror games in my life. I'm not sure if I
haven't really played any horror games.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if I consider Resident Evil 4 a horror game. That's like my favorite game of all time.
Resident Evil 4 is kind of not even a horror game; it's an action game more than anything.
Not to me anymore. I've played that game over 100 hours on Steam already. So
yeah, if you play something so many times, like it doesn't really become scary that like anymore.
Yeah. I think 7 did a good job of it. I haven't played 7 in a while. I probably played that like 2-3 years ago at this point. I think that did a pretty good job all throughout with the horror elements. But yeah, okay. So
play 8.
that game's really expensive, and I have a gaming laptop. No.
a gaming laptop.
Yeah, I do not have a PC tower.
How much did that cost you?
This thing $700. And
That's not gonna give you shit.
And this thing's about 5 years old now.
That is gonna fucking die if you try.
I mean, it's recording this fine, I think.
Well, no, I can see it recorded fine, but try to play Village and record it, it's gonna kill it. It's gonna kill it.
And yeah, you remember our old classic Sonic Forces playthrough, how I recorded that off of my gaming laptop? That's probably why it's a PowerPoint presentation.
me and Josh are the only ones here who actually have a capability of recording like high-end games.
Yeah, I don't know, like my consoles run fine, gang. I'm the console bitch. Well, with that said, Josh.
Well, that said, we'll see you next time in part 3.